Hello twin flame friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. I hope you're all good. Thank you so much for all the love you've shown me this last couple of weeks. I've been having such a nightmare, as you know, with my website and bookings and Mercury retrograde, just deleting all my bookings and all kinds of madness. But you guys have been so patient and amazing with me. Thank you so much. Right, we've got really nice meaty readings for you guys today, but before I begin, just to remind you that you can now book online at www.happytwins1111.com. If you have if you have any problems at all with your booking, please do drop me an email and let me know, because there has been some glitches. I'm kind of working through it, but I really appreciate your patience during this time. Also, if you would like to join the Facebook group and connect with some other twins, it's a networking group, you can also do that. You can find the link for that in my description box below, and you can also find information about how to contact me there. As far as private readings go, as well as the tarot readings, I do the twin flame connection checks, which of course allow you to check if you're dealing with a real twin or not, and review the connecting energies between you, what stages you're at, if there's karmics, all that kind of stuff. And I also do spirit release therapy, which is getting, a full spiritual health clearing. If you've not seen my live streams about how that works, drop me an email and I'll send you a link to one of them so you can see that work demonstrated. Okay, so we're going to do an energy update today. We're going to look at what's happening in both the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. I know I sometimes do these for the whole collective in just one reading, but I think it's really nice to do it in piles so that I'm reaching more waves within the collective. So today we have the Vagabond Wild Tarot with beautiful Lemurian Quartz. We have the Moonchild with Auralite, the Starchild with Rainbow Fluorite, and the Apparition Tarot with Himalayan Quartz and Fluorite inclusions. And also keeping us company today, this was a gift from one of my Reiki friends. This is a twin snow quartz. Isn't it beautiful? So we've got that lovely, lovely crystal pumping out its beautiful energies for us today. Okay, lovely people, let's go. I'm just going to move Buddha Man back, give us a bit more room to work with. I'm also going to be rolling out new mediumship classes soon. The one I've done's been going really well. I'm so happy with the progress that my lovely students have made. Big shout out to you guys, you're amazing. And I'm going to roll out a tarot class as well, so I'll give you a heads up when they're available. Okay, let's go part one. Let's see what's happening in the energies between you and your divine masculine. For the divine masculine and feminine, the significators today, I'm going to use the twin tarot. They're not actually a twin flame deck, but they have just the major arcana, but two cards for each major arcana. So a kind of positive and negative aspect. I don't like to say negative aspect because it's never really negative, but it gives us an idea of the energies. So I'm going to take one of these for each of you as a significator. The divine feminine, we've got the Hierophant. Wow, the divine masculine, we've got the Hierophant. That's mad. Isn't that powerful? So both Hierophants, you've got the positively and negatively aspects. And I don't want to say positive and negative aspects. I'm going to use the book as well so we can, because these are new, but it's we'll get that out as well and have a little look at that in a moment. Okay, let's draw some cards. So remember, when I do these readings, divine feminine's on the left, divine masculine's on the right. Then we look at past, present, future, with the connecting energies down the centre and the DF, DM. And I'm going to pull a ton of oracle cards as well. We're going to make this a really nice, meaty reading today. Oh, that one wanted to come out. I do love this deck, but these cards are so slippy, like the slippiest cards I've ever used. This is the first time I've had this particular deck, and it is like, I think, the 3rd edition of it. The other one's got rose gold on the side, and I don't know if the other one's shinier. If anyone's got these, let me know, because I think I'd prefer one of the older editions. I'm not liking this slippy, slidey shininess. It's annoying. But they are beautiful cards. Okay. Present. Of course, the future lineup. Remember, when we look at the future is never set in stone. This is a glimpse of what may come to be. And the benefit of looking at the future is if it doesn't look how we want it, we have time to make adjustments. It just, gives us a little heads up. It's never set in stone because everybody has free will. So it's never a case of this will definitely happen. That's why I always focus my readings on present and the present guidance. It's nice to get a little indication of what may come to be, but it's not always set in stone. Right, one more. Okay, let's get some oracle cards. Oh, love. Isn't that lovely? Oh, and dreams fell out. Get some power of surrender cards. Love these. Got these lovely whispers of love cards that we used yesterday. Sunette sent me these. Thank you, Sunette, you absolute angel. And this energy oracle, which was from Angela. You are also an angel. In fact, I'm going to go and get another oracle deck because I really want to pull some more. Let's see, which one do we need? I'm going to use more of these two actually, but we'll pull them out when we've looked at the tarot energies. Okay. So quickly just looking at the Hierophant here. So yeah, in the book they're called the dark side and the light side. So for the Divine Feminine, the dark side, oh no, that's the Emperor. The dark side of the Hierophant is doctrine, education, orthodoxy, tradition, structure. Oh no, I beg your pardon, that's the light side. So the Divine Feminine is indoctrination, dogmatism, ultra-conservatism and self-righteousness. So you have possibly chosen the dark Hierophant because you're becoming all too aware of dogmatic, intolerant, self-righteous individuals around you. Perhaps they have always been part of your life. The dark card warns that institutions which hold inflexible principles and rules, be they family, social groups, business or religious organisations, do not take kindly to criticism and questioning of their beliefs. So this is about experiencing like rejection and alienation as a result of your spiritual path. And it's really interesting that you've both got the Hierophant, and of course, he is the High Priest, and your Divine Masculine also has this card as well. So for a lot of you, this will pertain to probably having received some unpleasant conflict or, judgments about your spirituality. Perhaps that you're already a member of a spiritual or religious group and, this twin flame stuff or any of the work you're involved in as a result of it clashes with their beliefs or values. Of course, it might not just be a religious group, it could pertain to family or someone else within your group. Bearing in mind that this card's come up for both of you, it could be the case that, it's you not respecting his spiritual beliefs or not liking his spiritual beliefs or vice versa. But either way, this is the dark side of the High Priest, and it's indicating that, that there's something going on pertaining to spirituality that's perhaps not to your liking at the moment. And, we've also got forgiveness come up here, reminding us that nothing's gained by holding on to disappointments and stuff like that. So, You know, I'm feeling that for the Divine Feminine, she's definitely been challenged as far as her spiritual beliefs are concerned, whether that's from her Divine Masculine, whether that's from, you know, work, colleagues, friends, family. But there's a challenge here, and it's also come up surrender to setting limits. It's healthy to set boundaries in relationships, practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So whatever this is happening, you know, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to remember that your spirituality, your beliefs, your values are nothing to do with anybody else. And likewise, if it was the case that you're not, you know, if there's some conflict between you and your twin as a result of spiritual beliefs, that you have to respect theirs too. Now, you know, the DM's got the light side of the Hierophant. And this is a very powerful card to come up. Just seeing what else we've got on his side to see if there are any connections here. I mean, he's in, you know, from what I'm seeing, he's in quite a dark place. So it could be that he's reaching out in prayer, you know, to find this peace, to try and find some peace of mind, some respite from what's happening. And of course, he's got here surrender, frustration. So he's definitely resolving some kind of dilemma, dissolving blocks. There's a lot going on for the Divine Masculine, but we'll move through the reading one step at a time. So let's look at the past, the recent past first. So Divine Feminine, you've clearly been challenged as far as your spirituality is concerned. This could be that you're challenging yourself, that you're really struggling with, you know, the opposing viewpoints of your current religious beliefs and what's been presented with this journey. You're certainly deep in contemplation with this Four of Swords energy here. You know, this is about really going within and reflecting on everything that's happening here. And the connecting energies between you is love and dreams, which is beautiful. Dreams, this is about the universe speaking to you through your dreams. So I'm guessing that the astral connection between you and your twin is very, very powerful right now. And we've also got love, live your truth and share that love is in your soul. So this is a beautiful connecting energy for the two of you. And I'm feeling that very strongly for most of you, this is where, you know, right now that astral connection, even though there may be a divide of some sort, the astral connection is powerful and is what's holding this together for you. But certainly for this Divine Feminine, in this very reflective, kind of very deep thinking, meditative, you know, really going within and looking at this from all angles. And with the Ten of Pentacles, you know, this is really a time of celebration and abundance and completion in some kind of work, really bringing you forward and just feeling generally very well about stuff. For the Divine Masculine, he's really not in such a good place. We've got the Hermit in reverse, which is surprising coming up underneath this Hierophant card. So, you know, this could be something he's being called to do, but he's kind of resisting, because the Hermit is about going within, looking for our own inner light, and really taking time out to reflect. And of course, this is what the Divine Feminine's doing, but for the Divine Masculine, that's in reverse. And we've also got tens for both of you here, but his is the Ten of Swords. So I feel this is very much about, you know, healing. But the Ten of Swords is the card of betrayal. It could be feeling, you know, rejected, stabbed in the back. And for some of you, with this being the Ten of Pentacles, this can be a very family-oriented card. It could be that you've made a choice to stay with a karmic, and he, you know, he's really hurting about this. Either way, he is definitely in a lot of pain, and the connecting energy for you both here is this Five of Cups, which is regret, disappointment, rejection. And I'm really feeling this has come from the Divine Feminine side, that she's, you know, perhaps rejected her Divine Masculine, and, you know, is kind of focusing on self, focusing on her own abundance, focusing on her own family, her own friendships, groups, and, you know, not hanging around waiting for him anymore. In the present energy, we do see her also really stepping into this High Priestess power, which is absolutely beautiful. She's tapping into spirit. She's reaching out and developing into her intuition. But there's also, with the Magician reversed, you know, you've not actually realised your full potential as far as your power is concerned, and you really need to focus on developing that, developing your abilities, because you're tapping in, you're definitely utilising your intuition, but you're not using all the tools at hand, you're not using all the skills available to you. And my gut feeling is this is because you're not quite sure. And we've also got the Magician in the mirror here. You know, this one's upright. This is a number 8 card as well. That's a symbol of infinity. So chances are you've been training for this for millennia. You know, this is part of your soul purpose. You've probably, you know, been this magician, this beautiful spiritual light worker for many lifetimes over. So, you know, now that you're meditating and tapping into this powerful spiritual energy, you need to fully realize it. This is called the magician and the mirror. You know, this is about looking in the mirror as well. And given what the mirror means in the twin flame journey, this is a very powerful message, you know. Yeah, you need to... So my gut feeling is, especially with the Hierophant coming up for both of you, is that your twin is probably very spiritual too. He's also probably quite powerful. He just hasn't realised that yet. This forgiveness card, I keep getting drawn back to it. My eyes keep getting drawn back to it. And, you know, surrendering to setting limits, this firm boundary you've set and set a no. I'm feeling very strongly that for some of you, you've rejected your twin. I mean, this is what it's looking like in the past lineup, this rejection card. And you remember that it doesn't serve you to stay bitter. Okay, you have to forgive yourself, you have to forgive them. Not because they've not done anything wrong, but because it's for your own peace of mind. Forgiveness is a gift to self, and it doesn't serve you to harbour that bitterness or resentment. For him, we've got miracles and blessings, and everything is a gift, and of course, surrendering frustration. You know, this is about regrouping and really trying to find himself. So I feel like the divine masculine's in a really tricky place. The present energies for him, of course, we've got Nine of Swords, which is anxiety. So a lot of very independent energies, but we've also got Ace of Wands, which is grasping spirit. It can also be a highly charged sexual card, the Ace of Wands. So, you know, it's not often a surprise, is it, that when you reject a man, they get a bit turned on by that. So we could have a bit of that energy here too. But for the most part, in connecting with the Hierophant, I think for a lot of you, this is him actually reaching out for that spiritual connection and beginning his journey, you know, beginning to identify with the spiritual connotations in this connection with you and reaching out for that peace of mind from, you know, those spiritual practices. The connecting energy is the King of Cups reversed, which is an outpouring of emotion in the present and people really letting their feelings go. So perhaps there's been some kind of honest communication for you two. And with this second chakra archangel, Ariel, you know, this is sacral energy. This is all about enthusiasm, drive, passion. And of course, it can be very sexual energy as well. This also adds up to a number 9. So we've got a lot of independent 9 numbers in this reading and also a lot of 5s, which is of course about rebalancing. So, you know, for the masculine, I really do think he's probably feeling quite self-absorbed at the moment and using this as an opportunity, this time, you know, this period of aloneness, using it as an opportunity to kind of explore self and work through this pain. Whatever he's going through, he's being triggered very, very hard. And with this connecting energy as the King of Cups, we see this outpouring of emotion. You know, the King of Cups upright is Scorpio energy. He's very contained, very restrained, very secretive, very controlled. But King of Cups reversed is all about, you know, being a bit of a martyr to your feelings and really surrendering them in quite dramatic fashion. So I feel like, you know, if there hasn't been a conversation between you, there's certainly been a massive outpouring of emotion from each of you and quite fierce triggers. There's a lot of purple in this reading as well. And for me, that's a lot of spiritual triggers coming in too. Now, in the future lineup for the divine feminine, we've got the moon in reverse. And this is, you know, this is about not trusting herself. And there's a really valuable lesson when you're developing your psychic abilities. And I get this all the time when I'm teaching people, and they say, you know, I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things, I'm picking stuff up with my intuition, but it just feels like I'm making up and I don't trust it. I have to tell you, and this will be helpful for anyone watching that's working in the psychic realms, it does feel like you're making it up. Thought creates a visual. So, you know, if I ask you to imagine a blue car, you can picture a blue car. But when spirit wants you to understand that they're showing you a blue car, it's going to feel the same. That image is going to pop up and it feels like imagination. You can learn to trust it by practicing, recording the patterns and predictions that you come across, you know, practicing on friends so that you can see your accuracy coming out. And that's what builds trust in the visions, that, you know, the sounds, all of these things, these different intuitive abilities that you're connecting with and picking up. It does feel like you're making it up. It's just learning to trust that. And with this moon card in reverse, This is the energy we see the Divine Feminine stepping into in the future, about developing trust, learning to take those steps in the dark and trust. So, you know, I don't want you to be in that untrusting place as far as your spiritual progress is concerned. The Nine of Wands reverse, of course, lets us know don't give up. But this could be a lack of trust in the journey as well as your spiritual abilities. It could be just a lack of trust in your ability to move forward with this connection, but still that feeling of, you know, I'm not in that trusting place, but I don't want to give up on this. For the Divine Masculine, we see him being very, very indecisive with this Two of Swords energy. You know, there's a lot of swords for our Divine Masculine here. He's very contemplative, really turning this over on his head and analysing it from every angle. And with this Ten of Wands energy, we do see him, and this is a dramatic progression from the Ace. Of course, we've got 2 tens for him here, but, you know, we really do see him taking responsibility. And Wands is, you know, can as well be about spirit. So I do think that for a lot of you watching this pile, it's possible that your twin knows he's a twin flame and he's railed against this, but is coming round to the truth of this connection and beginning to explore it, beginning to explore the spiritual aspects. For some of you, that's definitely the case, because we do see a massive kind of spiritual leanings here, and that quite often happens when they're being triggered this hard. You know, this guy's probably in some kind of dark night of the soul. He's definitely feeling a lot of pain right now with his 10 and 9 of Swords. The connecting energy here is beautiful. This is the Two of Pentacles, which is about rebalancing, grounding, and for me the Two of Pentacles is a very twinny card as well. So as a connecting energy for a future outcome, this is very positive. This is about both of you coming back into balance. It's really, really beautiful. Let's get some more oracle cards. Okay. Man holding a coin. 4th chakra, that's the heart. Happy family. The garden and the gate. And the connecting energy is the 1st chakra. So, you know, I do feel like this is a, you know, especially with this 10 of Pentacles energy coming up, this is very much a period of time for you to focus on your abundance. You know, this adds up to 7, which is the card of investing. Sorry, the number of investing in your future, sowing the seeds for your future harvest. You know, focusing on your own abundance. But I feel like Archangel Michael with this 4th chakra is reminding you that, you know, it's great to be grounded in reality, but you've got to be connected with your heart as well. And for a lot of you, there is some work that's required in this heart chakra space. Trust that you have the skills and the intuition, the knowledge, the spiritual connection to work through this. For the Divine Masculine, we've got Happy Family and the Garden Gate. And this is really about him creating something new, looking towards the future. For me, this card is very 4 of Wandsy. You can see, you know, even though it's people, you've still got that kind of 11-11 vibe with that. So I do feel like for this guy, for a lot of you, this is definitely a Divine Masculine that has recently discovered the truth of the twin flame journey, and he's beginning to invest in it and to plan, to look at creating that new future. He's not quite ready to step into it yet. So we see, you know, at the moment, this lady is on the other side of the gate. She needs to go out into that big world and explore it. But 3 is the number of creation. It's about planning and, you know, creating that way forward. The connecting energy is 1st chakra, Archangel Michael, which is, of course, the root chakra. This is also a number 8 card. It's about infinity. And this reminds us of all the karmic stuff, all of the inner core wounds that could, not just from this life, but from past life, that are contained within your root chakra and need to be released, to release anxiety, to release, you know, all of those layers and filters of programming that don't serve us. But I'm getting a very strong past life connection here. So it could be that a lot of the triggers are coming up for you don't make sense or pertain to this life. That does happen. So there's definitely unresolved karma between you that pertains to, you know, these core wounds, which again could be past life related. Let's get some more of these ones. What do you need to do to move forward, Divine Feminine? Appreciate this moment. true love, romance. Receive with love and appreciation. Connecting energies, relationship patterns. So that's really poignant, given that it's come up over that root chakra card. So Divine Feminine, appreciate this moment. This card reminds us that every situation is an opportunity to grow and to find love. And you see her looking within this shell here, and there's this little world within the shell. And of course, this is a very watery card. Water is about emotions. And I really feel very strongly, this is a reminder that even when things feel tough, difficult, that we're experiencing difficulty, these feelings are still a gift. Everything's happening in the divine timing. I'm really drawn back to this forgiveness card as well. You need to trust and appreciate what's happening within your connection right now, even if it's not what you want or what you would like. Trust that it serves you. Forgiveness serves you. Forgiveness serves the other person, and appreciating everything as is and trusting that everything's happened as it needs to is very powerful in helping you heal. And we've got true love here. How affirming is that? That is so beautiful. This love is once in a lifetime. That's absolutely affirming and beautiful. And this is coming up over the heart chakra card for you. That's really lovely. We've also got romance here from your Divine Masculine. Lavish the one you love with personal... I don't know what is wrong with me today. I keep slurring my words. Personal attention and affection. So, he's definitely thinking about creating this future with you, how he can move forward, how he can impress upon you his feelings. He's definitely thinking romantically, he's thinking about gifts, he's thinking about how he can shower you with love and attention that's going to make you feel good. We've got receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. So he's definitely feeling gratitude. If he's only just found out about this journey, he's feeling grateful for it. He's beginning to see the blessings contained within. This card to come up is really powerful relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognise the need for change. And of course, this is coming up over the root chakra card. This is what I was saying about the past life stuff. These relationship patterns, the karmic stuff going on with you independently and within your connection, has probably been going on for lifetimes and lifetimes. And these patterns need to be resolved. So if there is karmics involved, and I'm feeling there very much is definitely on the Divine Feminine side, possibly also on the Divine Masculines, but certainly for you, trust that you have to work through that and that it serves you to do so. If these patterns have been, rolling forward for quite a long time, it's time to nip it in the bud and put it to bed. Okay, you're ready to do that now. You're ready to realise your own power. And I feel like, your Divine Masculine is certainly being triggered very, very hard to do the same. I'm going to get another surrender card for each of you. Surrender low self-esteem, Divine Feminine. Surrender stress, Divine Masculine. So that's what he's working on. And surrender to wonder and awe is the connecting energy. So, this is these are yellow cards. So for me, that's always a trigger. You deserve success, love and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So this could be one of those relationship patterns, the karmic patterns we were talking about. And if you're being triggered very hard right now, then this appreciate the moment and forgiveness, is very much relative. I'm also really drawn back to this card, a man holding a coin. And I feel that actually for some of you, you're trapped in this karmic situation because it literally is the man holding the money and you can't afford to leave. That's just jumped out at me really strongly. But, you've got to work through this low self-esteem issue. You've got to work through that. That's one of the things we have to let go of to move into union with self, to move into self-love. So, really take some time to begin digging out those wounds and facing how you feel about yourself. Write a list, the things you like about yourself, the things you don't like. For the things you don't like, you need to work through them one piece at a time until you're able to cross them off. Until you're able to appreciate the truth of who you are, because you are who you are. There'll be some things about yourself you can change. So you may look at the list and think, I'm not happy with my appearance. What can I do to improve that? I'm not happy with my fitness levels, or I'm not happy with how I relate to others. All of these things, you can't ignore them. You have to fall madly in love with yourself before you can come into union with your twin. So it doesn't serve you to ignore that stuff. You know, for Divine Masculine, he's definitely releasing all this tension that he's built up. He knows it's time to let this stress go and come back to being centered and whole. He's probably been in a dark place for quite a long time. You know, we did pick up a lot of dark night of the soul energy for this DM, and I feel like he really is coming full circle and beginning to see, you know, what joy is available to him through this connection, through spirit, through his own exploration of self. Surrender to wonder and awe is a connecting energy, and that's beautiful. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And I have to tell you, from oh my God, what is wrong with me today? From the point of surrender and acceptance, this is my most favourite bit of this journey. I am awestruck on a daily basis at the magic and joy of it all. I really am. The novelty never ever wears off. I wake up every day and just feel so blessed to be doing this light work, to be supporting you guys in this way, and to be, what's the word? It's self-realisation. Self-love and self-realisation is beautiful. It changes your perspective of life. Awakening changes everything. It shatters that illusion and helps us see the world with a much more compassionate heart. This is something you need to step into. It's available to you, this magic that you're tapping into. Now is the time for a big push forward, and I'm getting really positive vibes off this pile if you've chosen this. I feel like both of you are about to close out some major karmic cycles and begin surrendering to union with self-love. And that's a dramatic step in the right direction towards union. And with that Two of Pentacles cards coming off from your future, there is definitely a reunion I'm feeling of some sort, some kind of beautiful balancing coming up between you. So I really hope that was helpful, part one. Please do let me know in the description box down below, the comments. Let me know which pile you picked, if it resonated for you. I always love to get your feedback. Of course, like, share and subscribe. That really helps my channel grow. If you do subscribe, tap the little bell so that you do get notifications. And again, if you would like a private reading for me, you can do that by going to www.happytwins1111.com. I look forward to meeting you and do a reading for you. Okay, let's get all these cards cleared away. I feel like my mouth isn't keeping up with my brain today. I keep stumbling over my words. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I just need to slow down. I'm so excited. So much is happening for me at the moment. Even though it's been busy and chaotic, this journey is so magical and so beautiful. I'm loving life. Okay. Pile 2. Let's see what we've got for you. The beautiful Moonchild Tarot, one of my faves. So pile 2, I'm going to use the Twin Tarot, which is the dark and light aspects of the major arcana for our significators today. As with all of my energy updates, we look at both the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine energies and the connecting energies as well. So we've got the light side of the Hangman, and we've got the dark side of the Emperor reversed for the Divine Masculine. Okay, so we've got Divine Feminine on the left, Divine Masculine on the right. I'm going to put the connecting energies down the middle, and then across we have past, present and future. Remember, future's never set in stone. It's just an opportunity for us to glimpse at what may come to be so that we can make adjustments if we need to and be more prepared. Actually, sorry. Yeah, I've not riffle shuffled these. Let me do that again. Pulled them out. I think they're all upright because I was going through them the other day. going to move these up a bit so we've got a bit more room, because these cards are big. And big cards. Okay, let's get some oracle cards as well. Do you know what? I'm really paranoid I've not actually pressed record. Of course I have. Chill out, Charlotte. Right. Get more than one for this one. I don't know if you can see that one actually, so I'm just going to put them there. Okay, so Divine Feminine, we've got the Hanged Man for you, and this is the light side of the card, which means it's the really positive aspect, and you can see that this guy, he's really happy to be hanging. This is about enlightenment and surrendering to spirit, and we've also got here surrender to your soul's path, transcendence and surrender. You know, there's connecting energies. These are very, very powerful lineup of cards here. We've also got, you know, a lot of karma releasing on your divine masculine side. So I do feel like this is probably a very testing time for you, because we've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups reversed in your recent past. You know, this is blocked self-realization, blocked self-love. These are blocks on your own abundance. You're grounding yourself in your reality. So, you know, awakening is not always a delightful affair. It can be messy. It really rocks the foundation of who we are and life and everything in it. It really genuinely does. And I feel that this is perhaps what you've been going through, this kind of messy awakening. And I am picking up on resistance here with these blocked energies, and certainly with the connecting energy between you and your masculine is the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is unresolved karma. And we've got relationship patterns here as well. So, you know, this is all kind of tying up quite nicely. But for you, you know, this is a period of surrender, of bathing in that enlightenment, but also it's probably created a degree of unsettled feelings and situations in your 3D reality. For the Divine Masculine, we've got the dark side of the Emperor reversed. And for me, this is really about him realising he is not in control. You know, it's really... And if he was in control before, or thought he was in control, you know, it's still negatively aspected. You know, this is the dark side of the Emperor. This is the Emperor in his yeah, you know, the dark side of the Emperor has got to be controlling, domineering, maybe even a streak of narcissism. But he's certainly releasing that energy, or realised that he doesn't have as much control as he once thought. And, you know, this transcendence and surrender card, these are connecting energies. And this one specifically says, surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in the present moment. And I feel this is important, an important message for both of you. This card, Transcendence, is about transcending your mind's limitations and allowing your soul's light to truly shine, allowing this journey to unfold as it is, and trusting in divine timing. Because this card also, the surrender to your soul path, this reminds you that your journey has been perfectly designed for your growth. You've got to embrace every lesson, every moment, even if you don't like it. And, you know, sometimes when things don't go as we planned or wanted, we rail against that. And that doesn't always serve us. We have to surrender to what is and trust that, you know, it serves us. It serves our highest good. For the Divine Masculine, I feel like he's responded with this surrender to play card. He's responded to this slight or perceived slight by probably going on a bit of a kind of party rampage, you know, investing in playtime and distracting behaviours so that he's not overthinking what's actually happening. But this guy, for sure, we've got true love here, and we've also got spiritual connection. He's very aware of the spiritual nature of your connection, and he does love you. You know, the Two of Pentacles is the twin flame card for me. But there's unresolved karma here in the recent past. This Justice card that's reversed, and this Wheel of Fortunes card, which is reversed in the recent past. There's unresolved karma here. There's karmic cycles that aren't closing out. And for the Divine Feminine, I feel this has really rocked her foundations with this Nine of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Cups reversed. And the Queen of Cups reversed is really, you know, very emotionally, I'd say burning. That's the feeling I'm getting. She's burning. She's, you know, she's letting all of this emotion out, and it hurts. You know, I feel like her security, her feeling of alignment and balance has been really toppled by this karmic stuff that's come up. You know, whilst the Divine Masculine has realised he's no longer in control, and he's feeling, you know, he's distracting himself from that. He is aware that you're the one, that this is a once-in-a-lifetime love. He's aware of the spiritual connection, that this goes beyond this lifetime. That's what this says. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. But there is unresolved karma here for sure. And for you, Divine Feminine, you know, it says this here. It takes strength to recognise the need for change with relationship patterns and ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. You know, trust that you're not alone in this, that the right person is just around the corner waiting to put their arm around you and help you through this. The present energies are very revealing, because we've got Woman holding a coin, and then we've got King of Pentacles. So, you know, for the Divine Feminine, this is really about, after this period of feeling absolutely broken, heartbroken and falling out of alignment, finding yourself ungrounded and uncentered in this situation, we see her stepping back into her own abundance in a very powerful way. You know, she's really holding that abundance. And I really want to say that, you know, coins are about grounding and earthly matters. So it's not just about holding abundance. It's about centering herself in her space, being grounded in this current reality. And with the moon, you know, perhaps labouring under some illusions still, but trusting the path a little bit more compared to where you were at. For the Divine Masculine, we've got Queen of Pentacles reversed and Seven of Swords reversed. And we've also got the Community card. And I really feel that, you know, this whole karmic stuff is really testing him, and he's not feeling strong or in the know about how to move forward with this. And for me, this is about releasing some kind of secret, probably connected to the community. You know, it could be that family or friends don't know what he's been up to, and that he needs to face something that's going to really affect his standing or position within the community. Community can, of course, be any kind of community. It can refer to family, social, work, or, you know, all-encompassing as literally the neighbourhood you live in. But either way, he's under a lot of pressure. And with this Seven of Swords reversed, he's not ready to let that truth go. And it's, you know, it's this Community card, which is also a 7, you know, that is kind of blocking that. It's the fear of judgment. Fear of judgment very strongly. And the connecting energy between you and the present is the Five of Cups. You know, this is disappointment, regret, rejection, you know, a tremendous amount of sadness and feeling unable to focus on the path forward or what's available to us because they're just so bereft. This is heavy. Future lineup, we've got the Seven of Pentacles and we've got Judgment. And this, you know, for this Divine Feminine side, as I said, I feel like you are on the cusp of a beautiful but very messy awakening. And you have to transcend these limitations that are in the 3D. And I know that we could argue, well, listen, we're human beings living a 3D reality, but the whole point of this journey is to transcend that, to understand that the 3D is an illusion and it shouldn't and doesn't have the power to disturb your peace of mind when you're connected, when you're awakened and you're grounded in that awakening. And I feel like this Seven of Pentacles is about doing just that. You know, about grounding, reconnecting with your spiritual light, and, you know, with the Judgment card, that's the full-blown, glorious awakening and rebirth. For the Divine Masculine, we've got the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant. And, you know, for me, this is all about identifying with your feminine power. But with the Hierophant, it's doing that through spirit. You know, this is about spiritual authority. For some of you, you know, this is coming up under this betrayal and deceit. And, you know, this could be that it's spirit that's going to lead him to the truth, because the Queen of Wands is also a very spiritual card. And of course, he's got the Queen of Pentacles reversed here. So I really do feel like there's a, what's the word? There's a progression here. Because we've got karma, we've got justice reversed, we've got the Seven of Swords reversed, Seven of Swords. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know what is wrong with me today. We've got the Seven of Swords reversed. And then we've got the Hierophant, which is about surrendering. Surrendering to spirit, surrendering to the truth, surrendering to that judgment. You know, it's spirit. What spirit knows is more important than what the community feels. That's the real relationship, is the relationship with God. There's not going to be any forward movement, because I feel like neither party knows what to do with this Knight of Pentacles reverse. This is a period of contemplation, of standing still, of really taking your time, and perhaps even detaching somewhat and not thinking too much about how to move forward. But he knows. He knows that you're true love. He possibly knows your twins. So some of you, this is definitely, he knows your twins, but he knows this is a soul connection. But whatever it is that's happened, that's, you know, made him realise he is not in control. You know, he's struggling with this. I feel like he's gone on a massive bender. But for you, Divine Feminine, this is all about surrendering. As it says in this card, your life journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. This comes up next to relationship patterns. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Let's get some more of these, Divine Feminine. New love. Romance. Love is all around you. Love makes the difference. Love endures. I'm going to go to this connecting card first, because this is very powerful. And there's a lion on this boat here. This is a, you know, this card is about a journey. We see a boat travelling on water, guided by the light. And it said, love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So trust whatever challenges you are facing in this connection right now, that it will work out. But for you, Divine Feminine, we've got new love and romance. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. So I'm not sure that this is necessarily a new relationship, but this is, you know, a new way to love, a way to turn that love inwards. And this is 6 and 2, this is 8, this is the number of infinity, this is fated, yeah. So this is about, you know, really stepping into self-love, new love with self, stepping into that spiritual union, love for love and light, and definitely expanding your work prospects, you know, investing in your future. Romance, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And I know that you may not feel like doing that right now, but that's what unconditional love is. It endures, you know, even when you're cross with someone. And I know from my own experience, this is really hard, but it's actually what set me free. You know, the 3D rules in love tell us that if he doesn't text you back, don't text him again. If he's not telling you he loves you and expressing his feelings, then don't express yours. The 3D rules require us to play it so damn cool. And that's to protect us from rejection, from pain, from hurt. But when you step into self-love, you no longer fear that. So lavishing your twin with personal attention and affection, even though they're not reciprocating, is what unconditional love is. And I can tell you quite sincerely that this is what has brought my twin and I very close together. Is that it's introduced a new level of intimacy in our connection that wasn't there before, because I was really honest and continue to be really honest, even though he's sitting on the fence and not expressing anything in response. But it has brought us closer. So, you know, and it's easy for me to lavish him with that attention and affection because I don't fear losing him. There's no fear of rejection, loss or abandonment because I've surrendered, I've accepted, I've moved into self-love. So I've worked through those triggers. I can be real and I can be honest without fear. So if you're feeling unable to communicate the truth to your twin, this is because you've given up or lost faith. You know, you need to focus on this surrender, this transcending those limitations, so you can allow your soul's light, your love to truly shine, so that you can step into true self-love, true awakening, surrender and acceptance. It's a beautiful place to be. For your divine masculine, we've got love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as a truth. And love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So it's possible he really needs to hear that from you. You know, he's clearly nervous about coming forward with his truth and the repercussions this is going to have within his community. And he feels very responsible to spirit. You know, this is a spiritual person that takes that seriously. I think he would really benefit right now from your unconditional love. It's going to help bring you closer. Right, let's get some more of these. Angel of strength, the lion is with you, be strong. Angel of balance, get aligned. Number 5, attachment and adjacent possibilities. 3rd chakra, solar plexus. So these are big triggers for you guys. These are big, big triggers for you guys. For you, it's about, and this is a number 5 also, stepping into your own strength. You know, getting your own balance. This is a number 3 card. That's up to 30. What does that add up? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12, 13. So this is about stepping into your Empress energy. This is what's going to align you and allow you to create that space in which you can do this work, this strength. For him, you know, he's been triggered to release attachment. And my gut feeling is there has to be a karmic involved here because he's got 2 different doors. And this is probably where this 7 of Swords reversed and this community stuff, you know, the Hierophant can mean weddings. It can mean weddings. He's got, you know, it's possible that he's really trying hard to make a really difficult decision. And this pertains to the triggers with attachment. I'm going to get 2 more surrender cards for you guys. What else do you need to surrender? Surrender to setting limits. Surrender to passion. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships, and we do need to say no sometimes. But we have to be very careful about this. You know, a boundary shouldn't be a barrier. You can set boundaries with love So I'm really cautious about this card. I want to communicate it in a way to you that is healthy. I'm trying to think how to word this. Yeah, a boundary doesn't have to be a barrier. We can draw a line in the sand without putting a wall up. We can make our conditions for how we wish to be treated clear without being harsh or creating blockages. So I want you to really think very carefully about this surrendering to setting limits, and make sure that you're not setting limits that are going to be self-limiting. Okay, they need to be healthy. For him, he's got to surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. And I really feel this resonates strongly with this Queen of Wands energy. You know, of really trusting his own judgment, his own instincts, trusting what feels good and right. I really hope that was helpful, Pile 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, please like, share and subscribe. It really does help to grow my channel. If you subscribe, hit the bell button so that you'll get notifications for when I've posted, and you can keep up to date with my readings. If you would like to make friends with some other twins on this journey, you can join my Facebook group for networking. There's a link to that in the description box below. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, a twin flame connection check or some spirit release therapy, you can do that by visiting my website at www.happytwins1111.com. Okay, wonderful people, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Okay, Pile 3. Let's see what we've got for you today. Just see how long we've been going. I do need to stop and eat at some point, as well as do some readings. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a bit more time. We can carry on. This is going to be a big S video. But we like these meaty readings, don't we? Right, I'm going to choose a significator for you guys from this deck. It's the Twin Tarot Oracle. It's basically the Major Arcana twice. So there's 44 cards, and they are divided up, 42, and they're divided up into the light and dark aspects of the Major Arcana. So quite useful as a significator for the Divine Masculine and Feminine. Keep that one. So we've got Judgment reversed, and we've got the dark side of the Emperor reversed. That's the dark side of Judgment reversed as well. Okay. So as always with these energy updates, Divine Feminine's on the left, Divine Masculine is on the right, connecting energies down the centre, and we're going to do past, present and future. Remember, nothing's set in stone, so the future is just to give us a glimpse of what may come to be. But we mustn't ever get too hung up on the future lineup. Love these cards so much. And they match my nails. Oh. That relationship patterns cards come up in all piles so far. Okay. Right, Divine Feminine, you've got the dark side of judgment reversed, and for me this is kind of a wobble out of alignment, and we've got here surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Got this beautiful lion energy here. Of course, we're heading towards Lionsgate, and I really feel like a lot of the cards here with this Ace of Wands in the recent past, you know, this is all about you not being in your full power. It's like you have access to it, but you're not grabbing it. And the light card here says it is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. You're ready to surrender to your full power. For the Divine Masculine, we've got the dark side of the Emperor reversed. You know, this is him suddenly realising he's not quite as in control as he thought he was. You know, this is releasing karma and behaviours associated with that dark side of the Emperor, which isn't always positive. You know, the dark side of the Emperor is that he's controlling, he can be narcissistic, can be somewhat oppressive and domineering, and I feel like, you know, probably quite deceitful. And this is an energy that your DM has probably embodied for some time, and he's beginning to release this now. It says here as well, surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. And I feel that he's very much being triggered very hard right now because we've got signs as a connecting energy. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you the signs and synchronicities. And he's also got the first chakra, the root chakra stuff here, which pertains to anxiety. And this is next to relationship patterns. So there's been some very deep realizations for both of you. And, you know, with this heart of the matter, there's more going on than meets the eye. Cornucopia, which is the 11 card, you know, abundance. Just such a lot going on here. Certainly in the past energies, you know, the Divine Feminine's been in a much happier place, but she's not fully embracing spirit. Okay, with this Ace of Wands reversed, she's not fully in her power. She's not fully dedicated to the journey. And this Divine Masculine with the Six of Swords reversed and the Empress, he's not ready to move forward in this journey. He's still resolving karma and working through anxiety. The connecting energy here is Four of Crystals, which is of course about holding back, being a bit possessive with our feelings and not, you know, talking about them. And it's also a time of rebalancing. So certainly I see separation for you two, you know, and really focusing on yourselves as individuals. In the present lineup, you know, the Ten of Wands here reversed and Serenity, which is the Hermit reversed, is really about letting go of responsibility for this journey and kind of stepping out of it a little bit. And, you know, so there's a definite pattern here of understanding what's needed of you, understanding the power within you, even being awakened, but of maybe rejecting that someone's at the moment just to focus on much more light-hearted, kind of, you know, more playful endeavours. The current energy for the Divine Masculine, he's thinking very hard about how to move forward, but he doesn't know how to do that. We've got the Fool reversed here, but he's really giving this a lot of thought. And what really stands out for me about this card is he's holding this green light over his heart space, and we see with this Oracle card here that he's listening with his heart. He is listening with a loving heart. And I feel like he's really beginning to understand these physical sensations in his body, definitely his heart space pertaining to you. And he's ready to you know, really start reflecting and understanding that. But again, we have another Four here. This is a period of rebalancing. This is for Four of Cups. This is really about focusing on self, you know, being self-absorbed so that you can move forward. But both of you are resisting the journey. You're resisting the hermiting, the going within that you need to do to step into your full power. And he's resisting that beautiful new beginning and the transition towards his Empress, his divine feminine. So this is definitely a period of separation for you guys, and a period of kind of, you know, probably feeling like things have stagnated a little bit or not moving forward. But the underlying message here is that you have to trust. You have to trust. You know, both of you have unresolved karma. And for you, we've got forgiveness as well, divine feminine, forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. You need to release that. You need to release resentment, regrets and rejection. Just release it. It doesn't serve you to hold on to it. In the future lineup, you know, I don't see that there's going to be any communication very soon. We've got the Page of Cups reversed. This is the divine feminine really holding back, but she is stepping into that Nine of Cups energy of really focusing on her own wish fulfillment, abundance, joy and happiness. For the divine masculine, we've got the Eight of Cups reversed and 10 of Pentacles reversed. He's still not ready to take that journey, and I feel like he's still focusing on resolving karmic patterns. And of course, we've got the Eight of Swords as the connecting energy, which is self-limiting beliefs, self-entrapment, you know, both of you just not being ready to move forward into any kind of relationship, union or communication at the moment. So I'm sorry if that's bad news, but you have to understand it serves you. These separations serves us. It's when we learn the most, it's when we grow the most, and we have to grow so that we can come back together. So trust in that process, forgive him for his wrongdoings, because he does love you. You know, he's just very confused right now and he's working through his own karma. But you need to step into your own power. So when's the idea that you can fix someone, and he's got to surrender frustration. You know, he's got to resolve and dissolve all his blocks, all his own dilemmas that are holding him back. That's not your job. He has to do that. And it's time for, you know, you to be accountable for your own healing. You can't be accountable for his as well. So if that's been a dynamic that's played out in your connection, you know, it's definitely time for you to let go of that and to step into your own full power. That's what helps him heal. You know, when you're in your power, he's going to be feeling much more powerful as well. Man, I really need a coffee. My eyes are closing here. So many late nights. You guys in America, you keep me up late. Keep me up late doing these readings. I don't mind. I love you so much. Okay. Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Trust that everything is happening in the right time. And we've also got here, choose love. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. You know, don't ever make choices from a negative mindset. That's been a really powerful lesson for me. If you're in a negative space, if you're not feeling good, you're in a dark place, don't make choices when you're in that place. Wait until you're feeling calm and peaceful again. Meditate to get yourself back there if you have to. And that's where you want to be making choices from, so that you're making choices from a place of love and light and not from a place of pain. A choice made whilst you're in pain or negative mindset is never going to serve you. And, you know, whatever you're feeling angry about right now, you know, we've got this forgiveness card to come up. There's a lot of kind of stuff here. But you need to trust that everything has its gift. It's all a beautiful lesson. Miracles and blessings. You know, this is just school that we're in, this life and all these dramas we have. It's school for us. You've got here romance and act as if your partner is here. And I feel like, you know, this is really indicative of he's all up in his head thinking about you. Even though he's not sure how to move forward, he needs some time. He's beginning to listen to his heart, and he's beginning to dream and imagine and fantasize about you and how he's going to shower you with love and affection. But he's not ready to come forward yet. But it does say do something for someone, give your attention to another. So, you know, there may be some very fleeting, light-hearted communication between you, and you can feel okay about that. Yeah, so we've got the fifth angel here. So fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra, Archangel Gabriel, and he's got the fourth chakra, heart space. So a lot of heart space cards come up for your DM here. And of course the number 3, which is the Empress. You know, he's not ready to step through the gate, but he's admiring the view. He's definitely thinking about you. And, you know, he's really focused on his heart space. He's listening with his heart. He's aware of that. He's aware of the signs in his heart space, the synchronicities. For you, this is all about learning more loving communication, you know, and balancing your actions with love, with your power. Okay, you really need to get into the habit of not communicating when you're not in a good place, of not making decisions when you're not in a good place. The connecting energy here is broken heart, and that's number 9. So, you know, this is about the karmic cycles that each of you are resolving. You can't come together until you've healed your hearts, until you've come into union with self. The Magician and the Mirror. So, you know, that's an infinity number. That's about, again, realising your own power and the power that those triggers that are created within your connection have as a mirror. Those triggers strengthen you. They're what train you to be the best version of yourself. So don't resent them, okay? You need to embrace those triggers. You need to admire them and begin to welcome them so you can really start enjoying the what's the word? The product of your hard work. You know, that progress. The more you work at this, the more you embrace those triggers, the better you're going to feel, the more powerful you're going to feel, the more adept you're going to be at moving through this journey with grace. So I really hope that helps for pile 4. Remember, as always, like, share and subscribe. It really does help my channel to grow. You can also tap the bell button when you subscribe so you'll get notifications about when I've posted. If you would like to connect with other divine feminines or masculines on this journey, you can go to my Facebook group. There's a link to that in the description box below. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that online, www.happytwins1111.com. It's happytwins1111.com, nice and easy to remember. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Right. Pile number 4, finally we get to you. Let me just see how much time I've got left. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good for time. We're making good time. So pile 2. We're doing an energy update today for you. I'm going to use these Twin Tarot Major Arcana cards. They're not a twin flame deck per se, but they've got the dark and light. Oh, God. The dark and light aspects of all of the major arcana. So quite useful as significators. So divine feminine, divine masculine. So we've got the dark side of justice and the wheel of fortune for the divine masculine. It's always divine feminines on the left, divine masculines on the right, connecting energies down the middle. And then we've got past, present and future line up. Remembering that the future lineup is never set in stone. It's just a glimpse of what may come to be. Everyone in this situation has free will. It's just useful for us to get a heads up and be more prepared for what's coming. And it gives us time to make adjustments if we need to. So let's see what's happening. So for the past. Present. Right, let's get some oracle cards as well. $13:33 as I just looked at the top time there. 3333. I don't know what that means to you, but 3 is the number of creation. Wow. Oh, you guys, so much going on for you two. Okay. This is a very, very karmic time for both the divine masculine and the feminine. We've got Justice and the Wheel of Fortune for the divine masculine. These are both very karmic cards. They're about karmic cycles, changes, and you know, they're both the dark side of these cards. So I feel like both of you are going through an exceptionally challenging time right now. This really is a challenging time for you. And looking at the tarot as well, you know, this is a period of massive change for you. You're probably in a lot of pain. You're being triggered very hard. You know, this is really tricky times for you. So let's have a look at what's going on with the divine feminine first. You know, you have to face who you are. And this card here, the surrender to the magic of who you are, you know, is calling you to remember that, you know, confronting your shadow self, okay, facing the negative aspects of yourself is how we heal. It's how we let more light in and allow the lighter parts of us to shine brighter. And it does say here, even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. And I'm getting from these recent past energies that you've really been involved in a lot of conflict with your twin. You've lashed out verbally. You know, you've been very bitter and harbouring resentment, regret, rejection. And I do feel that your twin has been in a very similar position. He's got this Wheel of Fortune, his karmic cycles. He's very stressed about this. And he's also got surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness and power. So, you know, he's really looking at others in this situation, other people, you, as an example. And he's been triggered very hard that he's not strong enough, he's not attractive enough, he's not powerful enough. So there's self-worth issues here for both of you. There really is. And I feel like he has probably run away from you as a result of this. You've got the Hanged Man here, which is about surrendering. But I feel I'm not really sure what you're surrendering to. I'm going to actually put a clarifier for that. What is she? So we've got the Star reversed. Yeah, see, I thought it was negatively aspect. This is about surrendering to, you know, that this journey's just not going to work out, and that's okay. This journey isn't for me, and I'm moving on. Yeah. So I feel like there's been a lot of upheaval and a lot of pain, a lot of suffering that has led you to this conclusion of surrendering to just what is, but, you know, from a place of negative hopelessness. The divine masculine, he has been very self-absorbed, and I do see with this Empress reverse that he's rejected you. We've also got new love here. So it's possible that he's run off and found someone else, and this is what's, you know, started all of your arguments. And his heart light isn't on. You know, it says here, turn on your heart light. It's not on. He's not in union with self. He's not loving self. He's in a very dark place. And, you know, being with someone else obviously just empowers him to feel better about himself. The present energies show us a similar story. We've got the Six of Cups reversed. You're rejecting this journey. We've got the Two of Cups reversed. You're rejecting union. You know, you're rejecting romance with this person. For him, we've got the Hermit. You know, trying to go within, trying to be reflective, but with this Temperance in reverse, feeling very unbalanced and just not being sure how to move forward. For you, Divine Feminine, you've got consider your foundation, look at how committed you are to love and treasure your loved ones. Is it important to love others deeply? And I know that you're probably not in this place of wanting to consider this about your twin. You might have just called yourself off this journey, but you can't call yourself off this journey. I wish it were that easy. But you need to reach out to your community and the caring connections around you to help support you through this. We're all here for you. And we've all been through this part of the journey. Well, not all of us, of course, but a lot of us have been through this pain of, you know, just wanting to reject them, reject everything, to just move away, you know, call in a soulmate and get rid of this bitch. They're pissing me off now. We've all been there. We know this pain. Reach out and find this support in the community, because we care and we want to help you get back on track. Because you don't have to be with him to feel good, but you don't have to reject the journey to feel good either. You know, it's not like you have to spend the rest of your life waiting in misery for him to come back. The whole point of this journey, and the main point of this journey, is to step into love with self. And once you get there, you won't need him. Whatever's going on with him, you won't need him. You'll be much, much happier in yourself. But, you know, he is doing a lot of reflection. We've got daughter romance here. We've got journey. It could be that he's literally gone away. He's gone travelling, you know, and the daughter romance in this is open, but there's no key there. It's in a locked cage. So it could be that, you know, he's journeying within to try and find that peace of mind within himself, to try and resolve these issues, to empower self. But, you know, with the connecting energy being the Hierophant, we've got gratitude and vision here as well. I really feel like you're being triggered heavily by spirit, and that these triggers, you know, they're brutal. They're not always easy. But he has to focus on himself to embrace that change. The connecting energy in the present is the moon reverse. That's no trust between you. And in this card, you've got dark and light, and then all of these doors, you know, not knowing which way to go, not trusting, not knowing if this is safe or not. In the future lineup, we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. And I feel like this is showing us the divine feminine moving towards self-love and towards a much more balanced space. Remember, we've moved here from the Queen of Swords reverse, which is that very spiteful energy, into this much more controlled, you know, King of Swords energy. And the King of Swords, he knows how to communicate and get what he wants without being difficult. You know, he is the master of clear, concise communication, you know, that achieves what he wants. We've got a lot of orange and yellow here, which again is a lot of passion, creativity, and a lot of triggering too. But I do feel like our divine feminine, through those connections, those caring connections within a community, is heading into a much more balanced place and surrendering to self-love. Yeah, this card is all about loving self. Yeah, there's no connection here. There's one cup, your cup. That's the cup you've got to fill. For the divine masculine, we do see him coming forward with messages of love, but they're immature, and they're probably not going to be well received, because they're not, you know, they're not what you want right now. But it will be reassuring to have that. And as far as the King of Cups reverse goes, of course, we've got the Queen of Cups on your edge. You know, this is an outpouring of emotion. So he might not be very mature in his approach. He might not give you the full story, but he's definitely going to be letting some truth go and revealing some true feelings in a way which you can understand. But it's ungrounded. You know, with this King of Pentacles energy, it's not time for you to come together into union. It really isn't. You need to work on yourself still, but there's definitely going to be some communication, and you're going to get some peace of mind from that and some reassurance from him. I don't think it's going to, you know, create a reunion, but it's definitely going to help you both move forward into union with self, to move forward on this journey and to really begin to embrace your own path. Yeah. So we've got daughter spirit. This is where your focus needs to be, and walking away. So it's not a bad thing to check out of this situation with him for now, but don't check out of the journey. Yeah, stay on the journey so that you're focused on that self-love. You know, walking away from him, this is a number 9 card as well. This is a very independent energy. It serves you to do that right now. You've got Hierophant here as well, the daughter spirit. This is going to be where you find your peace. For him, we've got man holding a heart. This is also a number 9. And we've got the thinking woman, which is number 11. So, you know, even in your absence, he's holding that heart space for you. It says here, turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. And he's going to be thinking of you, you know, and the transformation required to be with you. And the garden gate, where there's a connecting energy, shows both of you surveying the beautiful view of what could come to be, but not quite ready to take that step through the gate. It's creating it in our mind, you know, before we actually take tangible, real forward movement. Very powerful lineup. Surrender to joy, Divine Feminine. Key to positive change in your life. Let joy in, savour it, indulge in random acts of smiling. It says here, during both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. That is beautiful. The Divine Masculine, we've got surrender to rest and sleep, to prevent burnout, slow down and honour your need for quiet time and rejuvenation. So, you know, he's struggling with all this. He's probably got his own stuff going on in 3D as well. He knows he hurt you and he's really sorry. I'm getting a lot of regret and shame off this guy. I'm really picking that up very strongly. True love is the connecting energy. This is a once in a lifetime. This love is once in a lifetime. It's a beautiful affirming card to come up for you, pile 4. But, you know, it says here, Divine Feminine Romance, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And this has come up over Daughter Spirit and Queen of Cups. I'm going to say lavish yourself. Lavish yourself with this attention and affection. Whatever you would have given him, give it to yourself. And when we love, our lives are changed forever. Take a chance on love. For me, I'm feeling very strongly both of these cards are about you. They're about self-love. They're about journeying into the light and finding that strength, joy and peace inside of you. For the Divine Masculine, and we've got this Page of Cups down here in the future, which I said is about messages, but, you know, this teddy bear, they're going to be fairly mature. I do think he is coming forward with gifts, because he does say this here, express your love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation, and have patience, because love is patient and kind always, and it is. That's what unconditional love is. So I really hope that helped pile 4. I know you're in a spot, Divine Feminine, but you are going to be okay. Turn to this community, turn to self-love, get yourself in meditation. If you're not sure how to do that, there is an instructional video on my channel. The guys that are in my mediumship class, we've been meditating together, you know, a good deal of them are really feeling much better after developing their meditation practice. If any of you guys are watching, please do comment below so that you can share that experience with other DFs that, you know, need that boost to know that it does work, that it makes a difference. Because it really does. You know, this is how you heal. This is how you move into a place of complete surrender and self-joy. Sorry, self-love. Right, guys. Please do like, share and subscribe. It really does help my channel to grow. If you would like a private reading from me, you can do that by visiting www.happytwins1111.com. If you'd like to meet other twins within this community, you can join my networking group on Facebook. There's a link to that in the description box below. I don't know what is wrong with my speech today. Burning a candle at both ends. I'm afraid it's all work and no play at the moment, but that's how it goes. Right, love you guys so much. See you very soon. Thank you for tuning in.